hoffe, der Hall ist weg. Fragezeichen. Jeden Fragezeichen.
Ich glaube, das klingt ganz gut. Ich glaube, das ist ganz in Ordnung, oder?
Keine Ahnung. Müsst ihr mir sagen. So, jedenfalls machen wir mit Death in Texas weiter. Und wir waren bei Tag 16. Keine Ahnung mehr, wie viele Tage das Spiel hatte. Oh genau, wir haben ja die Lampe gekauft, die ja keinen Sinn hat, weil ich keinen Speicherstand mehr drauf hatte. Oder das New Game Plus? Keine Ahnung, irgendwie so. Was haben wir denn hier? Tomorrow Science. Nations start arguing over outer space colonization rights. Traffic collision in the Westerholt motorway claims life of scientists. 2 others survive with injuries. Unknown mascot struck dead by lightning in the middle of the day. Stadium officials confused. The portrait of the Dusk initially sells for 200,000 at Royal Art Auction. Turns out to be an impressive forgery. Experimental paints turn out to be toxic to the environment. Firefighter heroically escapes burning bar only to be impaled by a forklift. Oh. Na, dann gucken wir mal, was wir heute machen müssen. Look here, Grim. How about we try out some brand new methods for strengthening the equilibrium? I have a great faith in these techniques of a more structural nature. Quota for the day. A total of 2 humans have to die. The humans on the opposite ends of the profile bundle have to die. Also wir suchen gar nicht mehr aus. Okay. Die beiden müssen. Die beiden können wir. So, Hijimo Kodea, 42, Game Designer. It is said that Hijimo comes up with ideas for new games, characters and plotlines by meditating in the rain. Subsequently, each of their games seems to make less and less sense, yet still somehow are getting better. Caleb Sadi Rondeau, 30, junior researcher. Right after graduation, Caleb went to work at the Acadia Institution where they have been researching strange experimental pathogens. The goal is to achieve a potential breakthrough human cell regeneration. It's a pretty dangerous job as it oftentimes involves the use of very sharp instruments. Gott, guck dir das mal an, ey. Merle Urza, 32, game design artist. Merle has been trying to make the greatest game for a while now. To find inspiration and because they love traveling, they attend a diverse range of gaming events, conventions and conferences. It's really just a specific type of tourism. Merle also enjoys marathon running. Alter! Kathleen wrote a book on economic and planning literally. The last 5 years they have argued for a new way to organize and systemize labor and the production of resources, and for a different distribution of capital which often revolves around renegotiating regulations and corporate oversight. Es wird immer schlimmer. Oh Gott.
Natürlich.
Na, wir konnten ja diesmal noch nicht mal mehr was entscheiden.
Grim, my fellow colleague, I have been deliberating a matter. Perhaps you can be of assistance. Should I become a writer? I could write many compelling works of fiction. I am an antique, after all. I have much experience. I would not have asked you otherwise. Reticence does not suit you, Grim. I shall continue my contemplation. But for now, it is time for daily feedback. Ah, all the files are in order. Excellent work. You are a testament to meticulousness. Well, off you go now. I must return to my deliberations.
Ist er tatsächlich einen der rauchenden Köpfe? Nee, er hat doch irgendeinen Schädel, oder? Fragezeichen.
Ja, wir hatten einen Schädel.
Ich glaub den normalen, oder?
Ach Gott, ich weiß das doch nicht.
So. Young researcher dead from an yet to be identified pathogen doctors left puzzled. More power to the Ultra Corporation. It's the way of the future. They can build it. They will build it. Oh, the irony. Artist survives getting mauled by a bear while on the run. Another game designer found dead. Cause of death suspected to be Kawashi. Death from overwork. I hope you're still well motivated from... Yeah, a fresh idea. Hope you're still motivated from our performance discussion. We are trying out a new structural method. You will be required to demonstrate utmost precision. All humans in the bottom row have to die. Keep the skulls away, will you? So, specializes in child abuse, pediatrics, and is able to determine a sign of abuse from very subtle signs. They have had a key role in saving countless children from dangerous environments. Oh Gott, es geht schon wieder los. Fiona Yao, 22, mathematician, a sharp mind and quick wit have to serve Fiona well. They are math expert in popular science, now show making math cool again and hoping no one notices their extensive text fraud endeavors. Q has lived in 4 different countries, finally settling down at the Sun County wine region, where they now work as a viticulturist. They enjoy fast food cooking and horse riding and have 7 grandchildren who visit often. Saori Shimura. Saori manages the big software development project at Glamazon. Although they have zero idea how software development works, their uncle, the CEO, sees a bright future ahead of them. Zidjian Wainwright. Zidjian school bus driver. Students drive children to and from school every day. Although it seems like a job that requires responsibilities, they are usually pretty lax about it, sometimes partaking in soft narcotics before getting behind the wheel. They say it makes them focus better. Jackson P. Ortega, 32, project manager. Jackson just doesn't seem to get a break. They manage various projects which all somehow end up failing. They used to be married, but nothing lasts forever. Their pet goldfish died in one day. Their bike always seems to have a flat tire, and this is just the beginning. Vorhin war es noch ein Wolkenkratzer. Oh Gott. John didn't expect to spend as much time with his printer scanner copier as I do. It's all slow and unreliable. They dream of one day destroying his printer scanner copier with a baseball bat. Meanwhile, they have set up a penny skimming program inside their company computer network. Ja, du glaubst?
Ich glaube, dieses mach exakt das, was wir sagen, ist nicht unbedingt die ideale Lösung.
Vermutlich nicht, nein. Ich meine, du merkst ja auch richtig, wie sie angefangen haben, an irgendeiner Stelle aufzuhören, sich drum zu scheren, was wir machen. Ja, an irgendeinem Punkt ging doch dieser Bullshit los mit, ja, nimm mal links die, nimm mal rechts die, von links und rechts, unten alle.
Deathspawn. I have been ruminating on humans. They vex me. Why do they exist? Their presence still seems unnecessary. Perhaps we do still hold some control over the leader. Ah, never mind my ramblings. I acknowledge your patience and loyalty. Well, I appreciated the discourse. Good night. Oh, right. Slipped my mind. Well, if it is that important to you. It seems you marked the proper amount of profiles. Well done and all that. Now depart. I have things to contemplate.
Er ist auch von Gespräch zu Gespräch immer desinteressierter, muss ich dir sagen.
Ja.
Lass mal Mortimers Shop leer kaufen.
Mortimer does love a good scuffle. We don't really plunder educational organizations, eh? You can't rob the ideas hiding inside the brain. Well, usually. So where did I get these fancy scholarly glasses, ye ask? Once, they belonged to a royal merchant, whose caravan I held at gunpoint. So we made
Oh!
tis be a powerful artifact, turning one into a formidable business powerhouse. How do you think I got a hold of this shop?
Danke für den Hinweis, Wicked. Es ist mir nicht aufgefallen. Du hast auch nichts gesagt, Horsti.
Nö, das ist auch so eine Stelle, wo ich nicht hinguck.
Dankeschön. Na? Kann sich nur noch ein Jahrzehnt handeln.
Ich weiß, ich bin immer hilfreich und so.
Ich lass in der Zeit mein Mortimer mehr quatschen. Bin mal so frei.
We scoured now every inch for this calendar. Alas, mayhaps we raided too many merchantmen for it. Cause turns out, we weren't even on a ship. Still worth it for the annals worked on any year. Filled to the brim with arcane squiggles and short omens between the numbers. And in the footnotes. Also includes the major holidays of 100 different civilizations. And all the name days. I finally procured it from an old man on the steps of Acropolis. Shiver me timbers, 'tis a tale most sordid. I dare not even recall the details, but since ye wish to hear it, I shall tell it forth. There I was, scouting some rickety office building downtown, and I saw this in an element. Went in, tore it out and made a run for it. The device has immense power. Ye turn the knob, infinite pleasant noises come from it. Some might even call it music.
Pediatrician shot by a suspected child abuser who broke into their office. Death of viticulturist drastically lowers the overall quality of wines from Sun County. Local tech company Glamazon under fire after app reporting election results leaked voter data. School bus driver under investigation after crashing bus with kids in it. Fortunately, we are going at incredibly slow speed at the time. Is unluckiest person in the cosmopolis city cursed because of awful actions in their previous life. Wealthy man destroys printer, scanner, copier at City Square. A powerful environmental message for sure. Black hole set to end our life. CEO of the what social media platform planning to open a museum of antiques and relics. Okay. Life should not be too predictable. Do you not agree we could use a little bit of alteration and alternative very so often, and I have developed just the thing for it. Every other profile has to die. Must now return to my research. Moment. Every other profile has to die. Moment, wir sollen alle umbringen? Habe ich das richtig verstanden?
Nein.
Wir choosen random welche? Die Hälfte muss sterben?
Jedes zweite, aber,
Ja.
ich denke, es wäre deutlich sinnvoller, wenn wir lieber mal versuchen, die Welt wieder ein bisschen in Ordnung zu bringen.
Okay, ich probiere nochmal unsere Anzeige in Ordnung zu bringen, aber OBS weigert sich. Toll. Okay, dann lass uns mal starten. Also, müssen wir doch die Hälfte raussortieren, sage ich doch. Ich glaube nicht, dass wir hier noch viel retten können, möchte ich mal an der Stelle erwähnen. Imogen Solanzas 41 prosecutor. This prosecutor has what it takes. When it comes to always getting their conviction numbers up, no matter what, they'll try even to tweak every trick in the book to get defendants, especially those of different national background, convicted of any, no matter how frivolous, offenses. Wobei, wir haben vielleicht noch schlimmere. It has been said that Matthias talks too much, however they themselves think they may not be talking enough at all. Space radiation is their passion and they're endlessly fascinated by black holes. Zahir is a downtown bus driver. They are pulling double shifts to save money for opening a small vegan muffin shop. They can barely make it to the bathroom or eat during their breaks. When they get home, they collapse in exhaustion. Legitimate researcher or greedy Tomb Raider. Consensus has not been researched when it comes to this noted archaeologist. For the past 5 years, they've been digging up artifacts around Fariden region. Jewel was born in the countryside but moved to the big city to go into the community. They like rock concerts and bars, although their visits have fallen due to having substance abuse issues in the past. They're trying to find a cure for chicken flu. Uhuru decided to dedicate their life to taking care of their home and 2 children. Their partner is sole breadwinner of the family, and although the kids are getting more independent, Uhuru has no intention of returning to work. Achak co-owns a logging company where they work as a lumberjack, although they comply with environmental regulation. On paper, they occasionally clear protect habitats by mistake, destroying homes of thousands of endangered birds. Michael runs an influencer account where it looks as if the cat is doing book reviews. Lately they have been thinking about getting another cat, perhaps one that reads articles. Michael is quite happy with not having a significant other at the moment. So, ich denke mal, die können wir erstmal auf den Lebensstapel legen. Okay. Und die auch. Die packe ich mal auf den Totstapel. Und den hier auch. Okay. So, jetzt haben wir noch 4 Stück, wo wir halbe machen müssen.
Nein. Du verstehst das nicht ganz richtig. Wo Fate sagt, dass du halbe machen sollst. Aber letzten Endes scheint es Fate ja auch vollkommen egal zu sein, was gerade passiert.
Okay.
Also würde ich eher gucken, was die Welt rettet.
Okay, wird dieser Influencer... Ich glaube, bei dem ist es fühlt sich egal bei dem hier an, muss ich dir sagen.
Dann lass ihn leben. Er macht Katzenvideos. Hallo?
Der Black Holes Typ. Wir hatten ja vorhin eine Nachricht, dass Black Holes vermutlich gefährlich sind. Schwierig. Also eine Gefahr darstellen für die Zivilisation an dem Zeitpunkt. Oder habe ich mich da verguckt?
Ja, wahrscheinlich ist es schlauer, wenn er weggeht, dann verursacht er keine Panik.
Greedy Tomb Raider oder Researcher? Ja, schwierig. Komm. Das war ein Fehler. Okay. Oh, Moment. Das hat die Situation verbessert. Was weiß ich, ja. Also so richtig hochgekommen sind wir dadurch nicht.
Ja, wir sind ja auch ziemlich im Eimer.
Grim, welcome. Remember when I told you of my idea to become an author? I think I have reached a conclusion. Appreciate it. Now, you might find this shocking. Truly, I have decided to set myself upon the path of grand artistry. I shall compose a novel most illustrious, one that will explain everything. But what else is art? Grand and complex, intricate and vital. Indeed, you shall get the first copy once the vision is fully realized. Anyway, we have some official business to take care of, yes? Tedium for a finance. Nothing amiss here, as far as I can see. Your adherence to the rules is admirable. Now I bid thee goodbye. The inaugural words of the greatest novel of all time will be engraved tonight.
So, und er lässt die ganze Menschheit sterben, um eine Novel zu schreiben, die vermutlich schlecht ist. Weil nur weil er ein Buch schreiben will, macht ihn das Licht noch längst nicht zum guten Autor.
Was?
Used to belong to the ruthless corsair Thaddeus Thatcher. This one. 'Tis the last existing item of a lost civilization. Mad Thad landed in their village, gathered up each and every one, sage and king and beggar alike, and let Lady Luck through this very coin cast judgment on all. About half the civilization died that day. The rest doomed to a slow extinction. Then made room laid upon the vast war gallery near the gorge of the Telenor. The battle was merciless, but the treasure was most exquisite. Anyway, 'tis useful if ye can't decide what to eat for dinner.
A biochemist almost dies in the fire at work. They are able... Oh Gott, guck dir das doch mal an. Hier regnet's Feuer runter. They are able to get out by following a fleeing cat. Are we saved? Young biochemist finds a vaccine for chicken flu. Chicken flu vaccine shots now free thanks to donation from a local business. Popular review cat gets a brand new sponsorship deal with Trans Global Inc. Local teen perishes in hospital after a mishap with high voltage hyperboloid. Legendary persecutor struck by a massive icicle dies instantly. It was truly a massive icicle, biggest I've ever seen. Witness notice. Notes to reporters. Logging company owner dies from sudden heart failure, leaves entire fortune to leading cancer fund. Can you have a heart attack due to massive guilt? We have the research. Noted archaeologist caught attempting to smuggle ancient artifact off a fan-ridden shot by militia group. 5 reasons why you should go to the new vegan muffin shop Double or Nothing right now. Come... Hallo?
Ich bin noch da.
Nee, ich meine, das Ding scrollt nicht richtig hoch.
Ach so.
Ich würde gern mehr vorlesen. Ich kann noch 2 Artikel lesen, aber der dritte verschwindet dann einfach im Nichts.
Na, da denn?
Come on, come all, Ace Pilots to host a dazzling air show. AI breakthrough imminent. Promises founder of Trans Global Inc. Und dann Tools exploded genetically und dann war's das. I'll keep this short. I am suspecting a systematic bias in our balancing methodology. Ich weiß nicht, du hast einfach random Sachen angegeben, also ja. The last 3 humans coming from the facts have to die. Das wären diese 3.
Aber wie gesagt, ich würde es komplett ignorieren.
David is the founder of Trans Global Inc., a company that produces high-tech gadgets like smartwatches and digital home assistants. For the past 5 years, David has been foremost proponent an algorithm into artificial intelligent research. Joyce is constantly training. Ach, komm hier. Live. Okay, das hat uns zumindest ein bisschen Dings gebracht. Freddie has been homeless for a long time, ever since they escaped their abusive home. They have always felt like keeping on the move. Now settling down until they found poetry. Now they got all local culture and charity events. Chloe is constantly training conquer the Rockwoman Peak by climbing the full height for charity. Their practice regimen was hindered by having their leg broken in 3 places, and an injury they obtained by jumping down in celebration from an indoor climbing wall. Ahmad has never been happy with the status quo, as in whatever they currently happen to have, they are always aiming higher and further, experimenting with certain differentiate in order to find new ways for ever more productive crops. Okay, das war schlecht für die Umwelt. Gordon got through medical college mostly by cheating, as such as they barely remember what they were taught. When people ask consultation, it's pharmacy usually say a lot random but smart sounding words, they also often sell the medicine randomly. Das ist schlecht.
Yo.
Naya is the youngest person to elect to the office as president of Goldstead, a small but wealthy nation. They ran on a platform of construction, enormous skyfort versus immense heavily armed flying citadels. Who would love a couple of those? Das klingt gefährlich. Okay.
Yep.
Kevin born raised at McIntyre Air Base, loves the thrill of flying planes, intense combat situations. Their family has a history of military service. Kim is dedicated to their spouse and 7-year-old child, rarely taking any time for themselves. Ach komm, hier, scheiß drauf. Oh, das war richtig schlecht. Ich habe aber kein Radiergummi mehr.
Tja, passiert.
Und dem ist es natürlich mal wieder egal.
Natürlich.
Why are you here?
Du kannst effektiv tun und lassen, was du willst.
The daily position is what I have important research to perform. Let us get on with it. I see fewer profiles than required. Bad job, I guess. Yes, that should suffice, I imagine. Grand. Goodbye, Grim. The muse beckons.
Bad job, I guess. Wow. Das ist... Wow.
Fancy Flying convinces government to increase funds of all-purpose fighter aircraft research. Research has been struggling due to aircraft being bad at literally everything. Researchers find numerous backdoors in Trans Global Inc. products, granting access to any number of unknown parties. Experimental farmer arrested for poisoning hectares of farmland with homemade fertilizer, land unusual for years to come. President Bree dies in a helicopter crash, flying citadel plans shelved. Chloe Miller braces jagged lines of Rockworm Peak for Safe Small Souls Children Foundation. So gefühlt ist aus dem, was wir gemacht haben, eine positive Sache gekommen. Geil. I sensed an eldritch waft of air path through my office earlier. An imbalance as a result of the far too many you spared, Grim. We could not determine the correct amount of humans to mark today, so I leave it up to you. Any humans who seem suspicious have to die. More accurately than yesterday, yes? Anyone who seems suspicious. Oh, diese Anweisung. Citra takes all the shifts at the coffee shop they are physically able to take, so they could afford to buy deluxe cat food for their 5 cats. Thought to remove all that cat fur before coming to work, but so far it seems they haven't get any customer allergic reactions. Das klingt gefährlich. Unentschlossen. Rico has built a fully automated spam bot sending thousands of emails daily offering people riches beyond their wildest dreams. A number of games succeed from their time to time. Okay, hier komm. Das ist schlecht. Was du hast?
Du hast, wenn du dich gar nicht entscheiden kannst, immer noch eine Münze.
Das ist korrekt. Münze sagt tot. Die Entscheidung der Münze war auch gar nicht so schlecht. Went into the caregiver business when they ran out of things to do. In truth, they have very little care to give and are very sloppy at this job, mostly trying to con the elderly into giving them money or having them buy fake insurance. Ja, komm, hier, verschwinde, ich brauch keiner.
Ach, wie schön.
Ja, nee, ich bin langsam frustriert. Egal, was ich versuche zu retten, die Welt wird immer beschissener, Mann.
Natürlich.
Vladimir dreams of organizing pretzel invasion, crossing opposition across all pastries. They actively promote pretzel supremacy. Pretzels shall one day rule the land of the confectionery. Soll ich hier überleben lassen, einfach nur weil der Plan so dämlich ist?
Ja. Komm.
War gut für die Wirtschaft, schlecht für den Frieden. Okay. Ambulance is a commonly exhausted librarian who actually has 3 master degree but no doctorate. They also engage in variety of hobbies but tend to quickly give up on non-academic things. They have a sharp mind which others often see as too sarcastic. Okay, das hat die Situation verbessert. Merke, die Situation wird besser, wenn Schicksal uns einfach machen lässt. Oh Gott, die Bauer, nicht so interessant. Die lassen wir mal aus. So, fashion tone suddenly rings with an ear-piercing metallic clatter. A familiar voice calls from the static.
Aha, Grim, jolly good. As you may have noticed, I am absent. I decided for a short vacation.
Schon wieder?
It is a weekend, after all, and the free time will be essential for me. Further not, yes? Hello, Grim, are you there? Curse this.
Ja, fühlt sich auch nach Urlaub und der Apparat funktioniert mysteriös nicht mehr.
So, perhaps you are wondering about the nature of your profession. Well, those of the highest management own. I mean, it is not as if you need one. Technically, you are just an amalgamation of ingredients. You are not even alive.
Ich bezweifle, dass du weißt, was das eigentlich heißt.
But what of the conduct overview, you may be thinking? To be honest, I cannot be bothered at the moment. I am certain you have done well enough.
Besser als mit dir.
I must go. Toodles, Grim.
Na Mortimer, was hast du für uns? Das Ding hätten wir gebraucht in der Woche, in der die Katze das Sagen hatte.
Lord blimey, how did this wee monster even get here? 'Tis not really all that valuable plunder. Found the tiny fellow on the riverbanks of Styx itself. A lifeless, adorable thing. Can't
Können wir uns noch das
imagine
Radiergummi leisten?
Nee, das kostet 800, das hätten wir uns von Anfang an nicht leisten können.
Ach du Schande.
Siehst
Na
du?
denn.
Retired local librarian with photographic memory, promises to read books out loud to those in need. A recent tragedy proves once and for all, your cats will definitely eat you when you die at home. Why are these damn pretzels everywhere? Entschuldigung. Your attention is required. I have been informed of a delicate situation. I trust that you can handle it as usual. 5 humans have to die. 1 human must be spared. This is of utmost importance. Ich glaub dir kein Wort mehr.
Warum liest du den Scheiß überhaupt noch?
Weil er auf unserem Schreibtisch liegt und keine Ahnung. Construction. It's lifeblood of any advanced civilization. High restroom across Horizon. Truly a glorious sight. But we can do better. That's what Natsume thinks, at least. Lately I started researching more ecological sound architecture. What some might call arcologies. Gozi is on the verge of finishing a proposal for delivery system infrastructure based on low-cost drones. It would use cutting-edge drones to save and effectively transport food from stores and restaurants to people. They got the idea by looking at stressed food delivery persons on a bike in the rain. This prominent right-handed teacher enjoys playing a lot of tabletop role-playing games in the vein of Beasts and Sword or cavernous horrors of death. They are deathly afraid of bugs, critters and other such beasts. Keine Ahnung. Ich mache dich aussagekräftig. Leben lassen? Okay. Wenn du das sagst, mache ich das. Don Fleering tries models himself after the old mafia novels and films without realizing those stories are made up by authors who had no connection or understanding of organized crime. Soon enough they realize there are no honor codes and family bonds. Crime is just crime. Das hat's leider nicht besser gemacht. Amy is a gifted hunter who has recently found a way to make decent living with his skills. They hunt some elusive mountain cats for their fangs, which are thought to cure multitude of health problems. Schwierig.
Töten.
Das hat die Situation leider nicht verbessert. What are morals? Rudolph is the type of university freshman who has just finished reading a couple of instruction philosophy books and now can't stop talking about how they understand society and morals and the world works. Keine Ahnung. Münze sagt Leben.
Dann soll er leben.
As we go into office, you see Lady pouring and lounging, supine on the table, so old-fashioned phone drinks again. Right as you settle in, the familiar of grainy voice cannot be heard.
You would not believe the fun I am having. Such a transformation from the monotony of the office. It almost makes it all seem worthwhile. Yes, you expect your daily summary, but I still cannot find it in me to burden myself with this matter. So, on you go.
Weißt du, es ist mir scheißegal, aber unser Geld kriegen wir trotzdem nicht. Hallo? Jetzt. Porter motored by a pack of mountain cats in a seeming act of revenge, crime was gunned down in the streets by rival mobsters escalated turf war. Thousands of already low-paid delivery workers lose jobs, carrier drones. Student accidentally starts nationwide riots against fake news media. Ecology is still science fiction, a dream of future, but we may be closer with every passing day. Teacher maimed in freak emu-related accident. In-depth overview the merits of nuclear power. Charity auction to take place in rural Cosmopolis. Bring your friends. As if a great calmness has enveloped the world, I do not see the need for many deaths today. 2 humans have to die. Im Klartext, es werden weniger. Victor created at the top of the class and made a fast climb in the career ladder, becoming a chief safety inspector for a local nuclear power plant. They have already spotted several mistakes, possibly preventing many accidents. Maeve is a grandparent with a strange grandchild named Guy, who seeks Gesundheit. After retirement, they move to a calm country home, where they spend most of their time knitting. They own a marvelous collection of porcelain. Rufa enjoys spending all their days at home caring for their 3 kids. Recently they agreed to become a surrogate for a same-sex couple. Another perk of being stay-at-home parent Rufa is the possibility to play Planet of Peacecraft at any free moment. From a young age, Julia has dreamt of conquering this world in order to make it a better place for animals. Alas, they father have only reached basic level anime rights activism. They also enjoy reading horoscopes and people cues. And horoscopes to people and cues. Keine Ahnung.
Okay, also die Person, die Leuten, die irgendwo anstehen, Horoskope vorliebst, sollten wir, glaube ich, töten. Und alle anderen, keine Ahnung.
Oh, Hauke. Decision was amazing. Wir haben überall Plusse bekommen. Die Situation ist immer noch im Arsch, aber es hat sich wenigstens überall verbessert. Ich weiß nicht. Das ist alles. Aber ich bin bald ready for. Aber ich glaube, wir sind auch hier bald durch.
Ich weiß das nicht.
I see fewer deaths than necessary. Right. Explain to me, how come you still have not got the hang of this? It has been 3 weeks. Oh, whatever. Why am I livid? Because the rest of highest management thought it necessary to remind me.
Hast du nicht 2 Leute am Leben gelassen und 2 getötet?
Nein, ich habe alle am Leben gelassen. Nee, ich habe 3 am Leben gelassen, einen.
Because they thought to admonish me for taking a couple of days to perform important research. Because, as was reminded, the saying goes,
Sugar and spice, rainbows and puppies, blood and guts, beeps and boobs, death and taxes, haven't heard anything of the like, no. Was?
Death and Texas, ja.
yes. Exactly. Either way, the nerve they have to lecture me on how to do my job.
Ich weiß nicht, du verkackst die ganze Zeit. Was erwartest du, Mann?
No matter, Grim. I apologize for taking it out on you. Good night.
Er ist ein Arsch, wollte ich nur mal so sagen.
Ja.
Oh, wir haben auch wieder mehr Profile. More customs, under investigation, as student died of hypothermia. Scientists discover a new strain of tuberculosis. The prison system has failed society. The conditions in most prisons are abhorrent and only create more criminal behavior. Ich habe das Gefühl, es ist kaum, wenn überhaupt tangierend zu dem, was wir gemacht haben. Okay, egal. My modest excuses Grim might the situation is everything got all jumbled up in our fax delivery system. You should listen to your gut today. Haha, your gut, yes, because you're, a skeleton. Haha. Go with the flow. Toodles fate. Alter. Der wird auch immer lazier. Die Lampe braucht man auch nicht. Marion works as a fintech startup. The boss likes them because they always manage to organize fun team events on zero budget. At home, they dream of variety and white steeds sweeping them off their feet while watching environmental docs on MeTube. They love knitting and listening to the band post fornication pipes. Was? Retten, nicht retten.
Post-Fornication Pipes. Ja, dreh noch ein paar Mal die Münze. Ich sag gleich einfach Stopp und dann lässt du die Münze in Ruhe und das, was rauskommt, passt. Stopp.
Okay, so schlecht war die Entscheidung nicht. Baltimore experienced a spiritual awakening after eating moldy cheese with questionable origins while on a vacation. Now they spend their time spreading their newfound wisdom to anyone willing to listen. Oha, das könnte auch in jede Richtung gehen.
Das klingt nach so einem religious Nutjob. Das ist wahrscheinlich besser, wenn der stirbt.
War aber schlecht für die Umwelt. Andreas is traumatized veteran of the Marisol Peninsula conflict, now living on the streets. They are very good with animals and a staunch vegetarian, even while bringing in the rough. Sometimes one has just seen too much suffering and death. Das war nicht hilfreich. Sadao is a grad student at a microbiology lab where their research is focused on studying tuberculosis. They edit the tuberculosis genome to see how the changes affect the bacteria. Set up terms of work on a facility that has proper ventilation, unlike their current lab.
Ich hab keine Ahnung.
Münze sagt Leben.
Na denn.
Ja, das war eine schlechte Entscheidung.
Nach diesem Tag machen wir mal Feierabend, weil
Ja.
langsam.
Long distance trucking can be really boring or frustrating or meditative. It gives plenty of time to contemplate issues or listen to audiobooks and podcasts. At least that's what Shizuka uses the time for. The aspiration is one day not drive trucks across the land. Nasir is also physically active and being CrossFitter suits their lifestyle perfectly, although the sports gets a bad rap. Nasir is determined to set a great example how CrossFit can be performed safely. Tara can read the thoughts and feelings of their boss at any given moment because they've successfully learned all the minuscule facial twists. Although they often tell everyone of their career ambitions at length, in truth they're just happy to help. Oha, das hat mal unsere Economy einigermaßen hochgepusht. There isn't things stress won't smuggle in or out of the country, whatever it is, they find a way, drugs, guns, endangered animals, antiques, artifacts, even people. They have no scruple, no hidden principles.
Weg.
Bisschen schlecht für unsere Wirtschaft, aber überall allgemein Plus. Alex is no stranger, so common good ultra-violence, taking some ultra-bribes and succumbing some ultra-temptations. They also donate regularly to a dog shelter and sometimes work as a volunteer in a soup kitchen. So, dann lass uns mal den Tag beenden. Mann, Horst, ich bin aber, glaube ich, auch langsam müde.
You know, pursuing my art is daily innocent.
Oh Gott, hoffentlich nicht.
I have been thinking of humanity, of mortality, their importance, worth.
Oh Gott. Oh.
You wish for a daily performance review instead of a thoughtful discussion?
No, I just want to leave.
Go right ahead. I will not be holding you back.
Ja, besser ist, Mann. Besser ist. So, dann machen wir an der Stelle Schluss und ich wünsche euch allen einen schönen Abend noch. Schönes Wochenende.
Gute Nacht. Tschüss.